Hey guys, welcome back. Now that you have your avatar selected and you've chosen and gone through the process of creating your avatar, I want you to look at your Google My Business page. Now this is a foundational piece that is actually free and you don't have to pay anybody to set up your Google My Business account. Going through the setup is really simple and easy. It doesn't take much time. You just put your name, address, and phone number in all the fields that they're asking for, and then you go through and answer some questions. So sit back and pull up this video on a second monitor, and while you're walking through your Google My Business account, and we'll go through it together. We'll talk about all the different things that make each section unique. There are a couple tips and tricks in this video that I'll point out along the way, and I'll create some other videos for you on those topics. If there's anything that you would like me to talk about in the future, please leave a comment in the description and I will create a video or link you a video that I've already done on that very topic.
All right, when you start up your Google My Business page, you'll be presented with a screen like this. This is your dashboard. Gives you a lot of the good information that you need real quick and real fast. So coming down the side panel, you want to go down to info. This is where a lot of the information that you need to do is taken care of. So the first thing you'll see is your business name. TriPeaks LLC is my business name. So what makes sense to put in here instead of TriPeaks LLC would be TriPeaks Lancaster Local Marketing. So now what I'm doing when I do this is I'm sending a signal to Google about my location, and really Lancaster, PA would probably be better. And I'm sending a signal to Google saying I do local marketing. And actually it should be more consulting. So I'm going to add that in there. So now I want to make sure that I keep my main category, marketing consultant, up in my name information. So we want to make sure that our location and our business information is included in the name. We want to make sure that it's not spammy and it reads well. So then looking at our business listings categories, you want to choose a primary category, and then you'll want to choose additional categories. Make sure that they make sense. For example, I wouldn't want to put that I'm a auto repair mechanic in here. That doesn't make sense, and Google will devalue my listing because of that. Business location. This is if you physically move your business location, you'll want to add that in here. And this would be more for businesses when they are a come to my business type business. So if you're a service business where you go out and visit people in their location, this probably doesn't make sense for you unless you do have a physical location where you'll want people to send checks to, or is a public location. Service areas. Another thing, so that if you do change your business location and remove it and clear it out, like a home-based business or something like that, there is some chance that Google will devalue your listing because of that. I don't have enough proof to say that that's true, but I've seen that both are possible. So in the service area section, you want to make sure you set up your location. You want to go ahead and add in any areas in which you service. I service Lancaster County, PA, New Holland, Ephrata, Lititz, Lancaster, Morgantown, Akron, Brownstown, and those areas. So those are all technically mostly all within the Lancaster County, PA. Want to make sure I set up my hours. Now you can set up your hours in different ways. You can have just regular set of hours, or you can even split your hours. Let's say you have open multiple different times with breaks in between. You can set that up this way. Or like I've done here, is set it up as a 24-hour business. Then for different days, different holidays, you'll want to make sure that all of that information is captured as well. So you can add specific holidays or holiday dates that you'll want to add, and that will update your business based off of those. So let's say you're closed on Black Friday. So you'll select that date, and you'll say you're going to be closed on that date, and that will update on your Google My Business page as well. You'll add your phone number, your website, and for different types of website, different types of business categories, you'll have different setups here. So for a restaurant in particular, you'll have a link to your menu. This is for a marketing consulting, so I have a appointment URL, and this is through a third-party booking program. Services, so these are some of the things that you offer. In my case, I offer marketing consulting, getting businesses now, growing inbound, and those sort of different services. And I've created more or less a menu of services. Now you want to, when you're in those services, you're going to want to make sure that you are giving your item a name, and then in the description is a great place to add the location in which you are working. So that would be adding your location information, adding keywords around your avatar, what your avatar would be searching for, and just general information about the businesses that you are working with. All right, the next thing you'll want to look at is attributes. If any of these apply to you, you're going to want to make sure that you have them checked. Some of these social signals are very good for your business. So if you are a veteran, woman-led, some of those for restaurants, you'll have other signals as well that you'll want to make sure you add, like whether you're a BYOB, if you do delivery, if you provide takeout. Those sort of signals you'll want to add in those as well. Your business start date, just make sure it's honest and accurate. You want to make sure that all of the listings are the same across the board. Now you won't need to bother with anything on the right hand side, but the last thing in this list is the add photos, which actually takes you down to the next section that I wanted to show you about, the photos section. So in the photos section, you will have different tabs based off of your business type. So restaurants will have photos for their food. So in a consultant, you'll have the team. So here I've added photos of myself, my cat, and eventually I will be adding more photos and videos. But one of the key things you'll want to do is go in and make sure that each photo is geotagged. And you won't be able to see it here in this setting at all, but when you go to add it, upload it to Google, you'll want to make sure that you've set your keywords, a good description of the photo, and your location. So adding a description, again, make sure it's thought out and it uses the keywords that you want to use. Make sure your location is set to where you physically are when the photo is taken. So you'll want to make sure that that's within your service area to prove that to prove to Google that you really do work in that area. And so you'll want to be able to add your keywords in there as well about what that particular photo or service is about. All right, so the last thing on here is reviews, and these are also very important. You want to make sure that when you get a review, you are responding to it as quickly as possible. The quicker you respond to it, the better. One of the last things is posts, Google Posts. Now, this is a free way of advertising for the services you offer. So, for example, I have a free business listing scan. This is looking at your business from a name, address, and phone number. Is that all set up correctly across many different directory listing sites across the network or across the internet? Now you'll want to go ahead and set up a new post. So it's simple as adding a photo and then writing what you want, and then adding a button to either book online, to buy, learn more, call now, those sort of things. So keep these fresh, keep these constantly changing, talking about some of the things you do. They don't last forever. They only stay up for a week to a couple weeks, and you'll need to update them and change them whenever you go through it. So you'll have different things up at the top as far as your type of business, and you'll want to make different posts based off of those. All right, so we've gone through pretty much a basic setup on a Google My Business listing, and should be able to give you a good overall view of how to set up your Google My Business listing in order to start taking advantage of some of that information there.
All right, guys, thanks for watching the whole way through. So I did tell you about the photo tricks for adding location data and the XDiff information as extra signals to Google. And I told you I would create another video. So yeah, go ahead and check out the link in the description, or maybe I'll put a card up here. All right, guys, see you in the next one. Take care and best of luck.